This is the FAL, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of this weapon and show you all of its interesting quirks and features, and then I'm going to take it out on a Shit, I can't do that intro. Hey guys, it's Dan Harkins. Today I am going to be reviewing the FAL, the FAL. I don't know how else you would really pronounce this, but it's a semi-automatic gun that I'm sure if you've played any Call of Duties, you're acquainted with it at some time or another. It's usually a pretty solid rifle. Now, I don't want to waste anyone's time who doesn't want to spend 11 minutes listening to some random guy talk. So let me just tell you up front, this gun sucks. There is no redeemable features about this gun whatsoever. And I say this because I took it all the way to level 67 and I hated every minute of it. So in the background, I am just going through the different attachments you can put on this gun that aren't going to make a single difference in any of your gunfights. Well, outside of, I think, maybe two, the compensator actually helps with recoil a little bit, and the perk burst fire, which actually makes this just a little bit more consistent, but not enough to actually be worth taking over any gun. I'm not going to name any names. We all know what weapons are clearly dominating the game in its current form. But I wanted to kind of give you my impression as someone who's I've tried every different type of combination with this gun. I predominantly play Team Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch 20. So, maybe this gun works differently in objective modes or like ground war. It's unlikely because this gun is just the epitome of garbage. But you might ask yourself, you know what, Dan Harkins, you're saying this gun's trash. Are you sure you're just not trash at the game? I can't disprove that. I haven't done well with this gun in this game. And I'm just going to put on some random gameplay in the background of me trying to use this gun on the only map I ever seem to play, Ramaza. And here's the thing about this gun. This gun can sometimes kill in 2 shots, maybe 3. I don't really know. I'm not Driftor exclusive ace. I don't know the stats. I don't know the meters at which this has some type of fall off. All I know is just my subjective experience with this gun, and it is just a very frustrating experience. And to understand why, we really have to look at this historically. In prior Call of Duty games, when you had a semi-automatic rifle, they kind of all fell in a specific kind of niche. Essentially, you'd have the hard-hitting 2-shot kill, slow rate of fire, maybe not a whole lot of ammunition, so maybe you only had like 10 or 12 bullets. You also had the faster rate of fire gun that is probably maybe a 3 or 4 shot kill, but it has very minimal recoil, very easy to control, so very beneficial if you're accurate. And sometimes you even have ones that just, fucking blaze it as fast as possible, and it worked great if you had really good recoil control on the gun. But they all kind of have their niche, in this gun, it doesn't. It just feels very inconsistent. It is one of the very few weapons I've used that I think has like this ghost shot type of mechanism to it, where there will be cases where you will be firing on someone, your sights are on them, you're seeing the shots go, and you're not getting anything, no hit markers. And you tend to experience this in long range gunfights, especially with people that are head glitching. It just drives me nuts that I will see the sight clearly on the person's head. I am shooting and there is just nothing. It's not going there. My understanding is this game has kind of a mix of hit scan and maybe there is some velocity where the bullet drops, but these are engagements that might not even be that far away where just nothing is happening. Now, yeah, I guess blame that on the net code and lag and whatnot, but I'm just trying to give you my opinion on this. There just doesn't feel to be any type of consistency. And here's the thing, you're gonna get outgunned by practically every weapon that's used against you, even if you get your shots on the enemy, and that will probably drive you insane. I know it did for me, but it's just very frustrating to, you know, you get those 2 shots on someone and then you're done. You just immediately get deleted from the game just because their gun is just clearly better. And recoil on this, very hard to manage. You can use the compensator, it does help a little bit, but I could just never find a real good attachment combination that really made this stand out to make it a great gun, outside of using a perk called burst fire, which makes this a burst fire. Obviously that did improve the consistency somewhat, but when you compare it to, I believe there's a gun that's like the FR or the FAMAS, night or day, like that gun is still 2,000 times better than this gun, and you don't need to level it up to level 52 to make it consistent. So that's what we're dealing with this weapon. It doesn't do its own single action, or sorry, semi-automatic roll well, and as a burst fire weapon, it doesn't do it well at all. So I guess if I had some recommendations to ever fix this class, I mean, it's a real tough one to say. I don't know if it needs to be faster. My understanding is there is no fire cap on this, so you can just fire this as fast as you want. But I think ideally either there should be some type of 2-kill range on this, or it needs to be extended farther out, because here's the thing about this gun. These guns typically shine in medium to long range combat. That's where you see them really start shining as weapons, because it puts your accuracy on full display. It's all about being accurate and getting your shots on them. But even then, this gun just doesn't do it well enough. I lose engagements long range, medium range, short range. Like, it's just a losing battle. And I know this because I spent more than 12 hours with this weapon, just getting absolutely demolished, where in any other Call of Duty I would have just been fucking racking up kills, throwing out them UAVs. But in this game, no, I can't do that. And maybe that is truly on the player, but I just don't see any redeemable qualities about this gun. It definitely needs to get buffed, and I think the first thing that they might need to look at is really just the recoil needs to be toned down a lot. And if you didn't know, Modern Warfare has kind of this new interesting recoil where it can go vertical and horizontal, so you have to get different attachments to offset that annoying feature of the gun. And even with those, sad to say, this gun's just garbage. And I'm sure if you use this for any amount of time, you will probably arrive to the same conclusion. Now, I know there's going to be people out there like, oh, no, you just fucking suck. I just used this in the other game, and I dropped 40 kills in Team Deathmatch, and I had no problem. You know, in which case I would say you're probably lying. No one's dropping 40 kills in Team Deathmatch in this game. You're lucky if you get to 10, because people are, well, I'm not going to get into the state of the game. You guys are probably more aware of that, so it's just kind of beating a dead horse. But I guess the main takeaway from this weapon, from this review, I guess, if you want to use this gun, go ahead and use it. I really want to like this gun, but it just makes it so difficult to like. It's like you have that really cool uncle, he's really into video games, anime, sports, you love him to death. However, he's in prison because of his child molester. It's like, God damn it, uncle. You had almost everything going for you, but you're a sick piece of shit. So I hate you. But I want to love you, but fuck, I can't do that. That is the foul. And there's really not a whole lot else to say about this gun, other than I need to keep telling you, it is a terrible gun. Do not waste your time on this gun. You will want to blow your brains out. And if I were to even try to blow my own brains out with this gun, it is very unlikely it would connect, or I would even die. That's how bad this gun is. And I'm just gonna let the video play out. There's nothing really else that needs to be said at this point. And also throw up my stats at the end. And keep in mind, this is just using this gun. So as soon as I unlocked it, I jumped right into this gun and was using it. So you can kind of see how I fared in this current state. And other than that, thanks for checking out the video. You have yourself a good rest of your day, and I hope you can try to find some type of enjoyment in this game. Thank you. Bye.
Enemy personal radar in the air. Less than a minute. Time is on our side. Keep fighting. Enemy at the construction site. Enemy personal radar in the air. 30 seconds. Time's up. Get moving.